Hello, my name is Travis Bean, and on this channel we talk Kanye West and Lil Nas X. That's right, we're talking about Lil Nas X today, and I want to talk about him because of this video. He was on The Breakfast Club, and he had some kind words to say about Kanye. He's always had nice words for Kanye, but I really liked this conversation they were having because I think he tapped into something I really like about Kanye. So let's go ahead and listen to it. I don't think I get take it down for copyrights or anything if I play this, so let's play it.
So
Thank you, Elton.
who do you respect? Like who do you hear from and it sticks to you like when you hear it?
It sticks to me. Maybe not. Maybe because we haven't talked in person. Well, we've talked in person, but not about that. But like, I literally sometimes will look up like Kanye motivation videos and whatnot, because Kanye is outspoken as fuck. And even though that may not always come out, great or whatnot, I love that, and I wish everybody was like that. I want to be more like that. Yeah.
You know the thing about Kanye that's so interesting, for whatever reason, Kanye is allowed to make mistakes. Like the
Exactly.
culture treats Kanye the way we should treat everyone. He's allowed to make mistakes for some reason.
And he set that up for himself, because he's never going back on it, He's like, I said that, it's done.
Yep.
Let's move on. And people are like, damn, did
And
you hear
people
the new
move
Kanye
on.
song?
Yeah.
First of all, I like how Charlamagne the God, and this has been noted in the West Sub Ever thread here, how he will go after Kanye constantly, particularly when people aren't in the studio or if someone is in the studio who is also going after Kanye. But they always seem to just like placate to whoever is in the studio and whatever they're saying and like not stepping on their toes too much. The only toes he ever seems to step on are Kanye's because, it's easy to do that because a lot of people will back you up for doing something like that. Anyway. I did think this was an interesting conversation, though, and Charlamagne did say something that I've always thought about Kanye is that he's allowed to make mistakes. And that's not something I think we give a lot of celebrities room to do, to the point where I think a lot of celebrities aren't really themselves or are afraid to be fully themselves and hold back on things they actually believe instead of totally revealing themselves and allowing us to get to know them because they are giant celebrities, constantly in front of us, giant, huge ego, like the spectacles and everything that they often don't. Kanye does. And that's what I love about Kanye. Even when I don't agree with him, I'm always amazed by the fact that he doesn't care if he's going to get canceled for something or if something doesn't come out right and he has to tweak it later. Like that's kind of the fearlessness of Kanye. He's not always on his toes and thinking about like how this will be perceived in the spotlight. And it's nice to know that Lil Nas X is taking to that because I think he is in the process of blowing up. Like Lil Nas X's following is gigantic. As you can see, he has 7 million Twitter followers, which is crazy. I don't know if you know this, Old Town Road, which I think is a great song, was #1 on the Billboard charts longer than any other song in history. Past Despacito, One Sweet Day by Mariah Carey and Boyz II Men, Uptown Funk by Bruno Mars and Mark Ronson. It's crazy. Candle in the Wind, like it was #1 longer than Candle in the Wind. If you were around when Candle in the Wind was big, like you understand like how monumental that is to have a #1 song that was bigger than that in the moment like Princess Diana had died. It's crazy to think that he's that big, and to see that he's taking after Kanye so much, I think is really motivating. Because I think that taking a page out of Kanye's book will help him as he does continue to get bigger and bigger and has to deal with, the fallout and pitfalls of being that big. And we might get a Lil Nas X Kanye collaboration someday, which I'm really excited about. I don't know if people remember this, but back when Lil Nas X was just starting to get big, like Old Town Road was like really taking off. He was standing Kanye hardcore at a Sunday service and got a photo with him and even tweeted at Kim like, "Hey Kim, do you have that photo of Kanye and me and North?" And Kim sent it. I love how North is like, look at this, like not even, just not even looking. It's just like another photo. Mom's taking me take another photo. And then Lil Nas X tweets here, "Just heard Kanye West is a billionaire. Welcome to the club." His Twitter's really funny. I just love how light on his feet he is. And I think it makes for really interesting music because, as you probably know, Lil Nas X came out as gay. And I feel like the reaction to Lil Nas X has always been interesting, Like, he was likable and lovable when he was just starting to blow up and you could root for him. But then the second he like really, really blew up and had the most popular song of all time, um, sorry, I'm like lost in my thought. According to Billboard, and because he suddenly was this figurehead in a community, that people started to turn on him a little bit, I think. I mean, maybe I'm reading into things, but I've always gotten that sense from people that they're annoyed by Lil Nas X, that he's like kind of corny, that they don't like that he is so flamboyant now with his sexuality, which he really has been. I mean, if you've seen the video to Montero, let me skip ahead a little bit, like some really wacky stuff here. He's just fearlessly being himself now in a way that I think may turn a lot of people off. And in ways he has addressed even in his music. On the song Panini, I mean, that song is up. That's, here we go. He even said himself, Panini, this is, you know, the song is based on the TV series Chowder. I don't know if you know it. But Panini, he's talking about the characters in the show. Panini was possessive over Chowder in the show. She's a representation of fans who love you when you're small. Once you get the spotlight, they aren't feeling you as much. The song is not a diss, but anger towards that fan base and also wanting them back. And then it's interesting to think that like you're experiencing that. It makes me realize like Kanye is going to be such motivation for people in Lil Nas X's position, people who are in the future going to continue to blow up and are going to realize how unforgiving and cruel the public sphere can be, you know, how mean people can be on Twitter. Like I don't consider myself famous in the slightest. And the little exposure I have had in YouTube comments and Twitter threads and whatever, like people are just flat out mean to you a lot. I can only imagine how bad that can feel and how much that can multiply when you're as big as Lil Nas X and have 7 million Twitter followers. Like the bigger you get, the more hate you get. And to think that he's taking after Kanye a bit and not shying away from who he is really motivating. And I think sets up for, you know, cleanly sets up for a future collaboration between them. As you can see in Montero, he's really, from the video and the lyrics, he's really leaning into his lifestyle. And it's a song about somebody who's in the closet and afraid to come out and how he isn't afraid. And that's really what I take away from this interview, is how fearless he's starting to feel, and that Kanye is contributing to that and motivating him to be fearless and to lead into who he is, which is beautiful. It's one of the main things I love about Kanye, is that he pushes you to be fully who you are no matter what. And now that we're seeing Kid Cudi is on Lil Nas X's side, he wants to help Lil Nas X destroy the homophobic cloud over hip hop, which, as you may remember, Kanye himself talked about this back in the day. This might have been like 2005, 2006. I could have pulled up the interview. But Kanye talks about homophobia in hip hop and how, you know, how he was once somebody who would do that and use the word gay in a derogatory way, and how he wanted to move past that and he wanted to be more accepting. So to see that Kid Cudi, you know, he's more publicly getting into that as well and talking about Lil Nas X, and Lil Nas X is adhering to Kanye and thinking of him as he blows up and continues to be more and more himself. I don't know. I just love this whole circle and like how this is all intertwining between each other, and I hope that they all collaborate someday. I don't know how many Kanye fans are like huge fans of Lil Nas X. Like they're very different artists in a lot of ways, but I kind of feel like their personalities aren't. Like I feel like they would mesh really well, and I'd be really interested to see what kind of music they'd make. Anyway, that was my I just had it on my brain and wanted to talk about it, and hell, I've got a channel to do it, so why not? Thanks for watching. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel, leave comments below. It lets YouTube know that you love us, and we try to interact with you as much as we can. Please listen to our podcast, Watching the Throne, where we talk about the music of Kanye West. Right now we're going song by song through Donda, and it's a grueling process because while Donda is amazing, it's when a Kanye project is more amazing, the more work it creates for us. So we're in the throes of that right now. Oh, thanks for watching.